Hello and welcome back. I don't know why you're here, don't know why I'm here, but, well, these are two others we got up for today. I might do some things. And a little specialty is, this one is actually a new one I've been building, so he's only at grade 4 and not fully leveled up or evolved, but good souls can make even an uninvolved and a not fully leveled, maxed out, Shiki pretty awesome, actually. So, of course, as you can tell, we have Youko and Mio. Just a little fox, some foxes today. So, these do have nicknames because they're multiples, but, you know. Now, the first one here, Youko Gold, I really wasn't caring too much about the nicknames at the time. Not quite the jokes that my vampires have. One of the best souls I've found to actually hit him with because of his multiple attack is definitely Ghostly Songstress, since its two-piece effect can, I mean, you have to admit, this is pretty freaking awesome. Any of my multi-hitters, I try to keep this on there. It is glorious. But this one was built more, a bit more on the crit side of things. Not completely. I mean, it could certainly be higher. But 46 isn't too bad. But it's mostly because his abilities. Like, right here when he uses his Blade Cyclone. I can safely say that I have seen Yokos with some very nice souls attached to them and such, who have busted out a Blade Cyclone and one-shotted boss monsters before, so yes, his character's a creepy pedo, but he's definitely can whoop some ass. So, as stated, this one uses Seductress and Ghostly Songstress, which I think is really good with him. Again, because of how it boosts after you do so many attacks. But again, a Songstress, Seductress, Songstress, I'm going to probably get those confused. But it's also heavier on attack power and a little bit of crit and a little bit of crit damage. Not the best, but he has worked out very nicely. The second one here was built more for fun, again, with Ghostly Songstress attached in. He's also built for speed. A little bit of attack, but mostly on speed. You know, less crit, more attack. But uses Soul Taker, because I actually really think Soul Taker is very useful, particularly in how it can give your Shiki, a second attack with their normal thing, which I'll admit I use this on my Orochi, so he gets which is very useful to get him more turns, because that does count for his 2 turns of turning another Shiki. Just FYI, I'll show that off at a later date, perhaps. But yeah, so Soul Taker, this one is a little more attack-based, but his attack is focused strictly on speed. Well, he's mostly meant to be the speed, get the first hit, try to deal. Especially if you got like something good and you can start wiping with a Blade Cyclone on the first hit with some speed. I mean, it's pretty useful. Now, the third one here, Youko Silver, the other was Youko Red, no speed boost whatsoever to this guy. He is mainly attack power, with a little extra crit damage. But also trying to heighten his effect resistance, because one thing I've noticed about the multi-hitters, like Youko, Tamamo, and Onikiri especially, was infamous for this for a long period of time, is that they are pretty, they're pretty weak to certain effects, like Daze and Confuse. At the very least, it's one of the main reasons why my dual Shiranui has Temptress attached to her to do Confuse, because 9 times out of 10 I'm going to encounter an Onikiri, and I may as well just have that guy wipe out my opponent. Why not? But I got off tangent there. again, we have the ghostly songstress, which is bringing an HP boost and some crit, because I do try to give him a little bit more, but it mostly focuses on his attack here with the Nightwing. Now, there's another reason particularly I went with Nightwing with this, and that's because of its ability to do a 20 HP steal. I can't English today, apparently. Don't you love these unedited things? I can't English. But yeah. Because he can get kind of fragile sometimes. I guess I wanted to also make up for the fact that while his defense is kind of decent, and so's the HP is better than the others, I pretty much do want to keep him alive since he has the strongest attack, so he may as well heal himself a little bit. Effective. Now, this is the one who I've recently started building. As you can see, I've already maxed out his souls, and I decided to go with a different route. An attack boost and a crit boost, but no ghostly songstress. Mostly because I wanted to see how this effect could work. So, as you can see, he's unevolved. He's going to have the Youko's secret zones again when I get him evolved, but that'll only happen after I finish getting all of his things leveled up. So, summoning and demon parade. Got a lot of those ahead of me. But yeah, as you can see, this already is so far trying to boost his attack and, of course, his crit at 42%. I think, yeah, at the moment he has the highest crit of the four Yokos. Of course, he's using the Watcher thing. Because, again, I wanted to see how this would work out. And so far I haven't exactly been disappointed with it. It's done very nicely, especially considering he's unevolved and still pretty basic. But, you know, it's doing a pretty good job. I'm actually very curious to see what this will look like when when I get to the point of having him evolved and everything and see how this changes. Should be kind of interesting, actually. But now we move away from Youko and into the next duo of at the end, our two lady foxes. I need to stop hitting the wrong things. Mio. All hail our queen. Now, I know somebody out there is going to read me the riot act for this, because I went two different directions with her. This one and this one. Now, her abilities, I love that she can get up to a level 6, but she's very easy to get and a pretty common summon, so I mean, you'll get her maxed out pretty quick. But since she does excel at crit, I did try to, that's why I went with the crit base of souls here. She really excels with crit, let me tell you. But I wanted to actually I wanted to take a little different route with her. Aside from going with Seductress, which is one I've always see is one of my favorite crit souls. I mean, this is freaking an amazing soul. Oh, right, I need to actually boost that. I changed that out recently. No worries. It'd still do pretty good. But I built her again with speed in mind on this Tomb Guard and this other Tomb Guard over here. So, if anything, this is not too bad for only being at 13. But yeah. So this is what we're running with her. This actually has made her be better even at 13 than the 15 soul I originally had here. So that's actually a positive. But she's basically to try to get in, hit a lot, and just go. That's about it. While the other one here, I wanted to capitalize on her ability to heal herself a little bit with her HP steal. So I kind of added Nightwing to play with that too. It actually seems to work with actually boosting the HP steal all around, which is kind of wild. But again, claws here for a crit bonus. Nightwing which is strictly for the attacks here, aside from this one crit damage booster, because she already has like a 32% crit, so crit damage. I just wanted to go to town with this. It's actually proven very interestingly effective. Now, I know somebody will read me the riot act saying you should focus more on crit itself, but it seems like if you're already putting like a double soul for a crit boost on, you can definitely get away with boosting crit damage to hell and back. At least in my opinion. It's probably wrong to some people, but these are actually just two that are pretty easy, I like a lot. This one is probably an easier setup to start with because it's actually a little easier to get these souls, especially from Soul Zone. These you have to go with the Sogen Bee and all, and they can be a little challenging. But yeah, overall, I'd say that's a nice little 11 minutes here with 4 Yokos, 2 Mios. I'll probably do some, and aside from him, these are all grade 5s. This would probably be even more impressive when they're grade 6s, but I know not everyone can get to grade 6 after a certain point. So, well, I guess that's about it. Yeah. So that'll be all from me. If you do the Holy Trifecta of YouTube down below, the like, comment, subscribe. Leave a suggestion for a Shiki and Soul Build combination you'd like to see. I mean, I've got like everything. And we'll see you next time, alright? See ya.